When I was doing my daily uploads in August and September of 2024, or 3 or 4 months ago, I got really interested in the science of art, right? Into creativity, how to get your mind to work in certain ways, productivity, basically just how to control your mind, and mainly in creativity and flow state and these sorts of things. And one thing that I realized about creativity especially is that creativity is a habit. It's repetition, it's momentum, it's muscle memory. The more times you sit down and use your brain in a creative way, the more you'll understand how to do it the next time. 2, the more you're going to be confident that you're able to do it. The first time you sit down to draw, you're not very confident that I'm not going to get into a flow state, it's not going to be creative and these things. If you sit down and draw every day for 3 weeks, by the 3rd week you'll be like, alright, cool. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to be in a flow state, I'm going to be creative. Creativity is 2 main parts, or 3 main parts. Inspiration, flow state, repetition. First one, inspiration. You have to want to do something, you have to, have an idea, right? Inspiration is just bringing ideas into reality. So maybe you've been inspired by, you've seen a tree and you want to draw a tree. Maybe you saw someone wearing some cool clothing, you want to do that. Maybe, whatever it is, in whatever art you do, whatever sort of creation you do, inspiration is the first part of creativity. Then there's flow state. When you're in a flow state, when you're creating something, if you're really enjoying creating something, you're going to be in a flow state. If you are, like for me, when I record videos, that's my form of creation. I'm in a flow state when I record most of my videos. I remember when I was 10 or 11 or 12, I used to be a big drawer, and I would draw and I would then write comic books. I was in a flow state when I did this. I would do this for hours. I'd do 2, 3, 4 hours I'd spend just writing these comic books. I actually still have some of those that I actually found. I think I actually got rid of those a few weeks ago, but I actually saw some of those a few weeks ago. I was like, this was cool, but they're gone now. Things like this, flow state is the second thing. When you're in a flow state when doing something, it's going to be so much easier to do. You're going to feel so much more creative. You're going to be in that, in the flow. It's a flow state. And the third thing was repetition. The more times you use that creative muscle, the more times you're going to be open to using it. The more times you're going to be less afraid to do it. The more times you're going to be better at it, right? If you sit down to draw every day for a year, on their 366th day, it is going to be like muscle memory, so easy. You can just sit down and just go. It's simple as that. If you're someone who wants to use your creative power to better your life, to better your life in any way, remember those 3 things: inspiration, flow state, and repetition. Inspiration, you've got to have an idea. You can't. It's a lot easier to sit down and be creative and do some sort of creation when you have an idea. Flow state, if you really enjoy it and you're really going to do your best work, you're going to be in a flow state. You will do your best work, your best creative work when you're in a flow state. And repetition. When you sit down and do the creative work so many times, it's like muscle memory. It's going to be easy to do because you've done it so many times. Inspiration, flow state, repetition. If you want to use your creative power to better your life, to build an audience, to be able to, build up towards a future that you're looking forward to, I might have some resources for you. In the channel description, I have 3 resources. There's my second channel where I post occasionally. There's in the main 2, I have a free newsletter where I post almost every day. 4 to 7 newsletters a week. I also put some posts you can only see on Substack, so go check those out. That aren't my newsletters. And I also have an ebook for $10 called the Consistent Creator Guide ebook. It is a ebook where I go through everything I've learned over the last nearly 15 months of being an inconsistent and consistent creator. Everything from the limiting beliefs you need to break and how to break them, to the gear you don't need, to the mindset you need to have. That's everything. Channel description if you're interested in those. Subscribe to my newsletter if you want more daily insights. I'll see you in the next one. This is Sam, out. See you.